talking about comedy, and laughter and how or if it is a medicine. They say laughter is like medicine, but we want to know if it's actually medicine for mental stress this morning. And in the studio we have Oni Lukumon. He's popularly known as Ambassador Wahala, and he's a stand-up comedian, a broadcaster, the vice president of Abuja Body of Comedians, and also the national president of Content Creator and Mimicking of the Citizen of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Good morning, Oni Lukumon, aka Ambassador Wahala, and thank you so much for joining us this morning.
You pronounce my name, you and my mama, they pronounce instead of to Twisha, Lukman is Lukumanu.
Lukumanu.
So immediately you say Lukumanu, I say, nah, then. Okay, well, good morning, my sister. Good morning, my brother.
Good morning. Thank you.
You are welcome to the program.
All right.
Yeah, so
thank you for welcoming us to the program.
Yes, can you please tell me your name and your favorite food and your kind of music you dance to so that the people at home can
actually do that. Well, let's start with you first of all. Let's start with you first of all. So, MC Wahala, why that name?
Okay, it's actually a Yoruba name.
Okay.
And because I'm in the other side of the north,
okay,
it's pronounced Wahala. But my mom call it Wala.
Okay.
And Wala means success. Like you wake up in the morning, your parents want to pray for you, and they say, Wala, you success today and all that. So that is how the name come out. But people from this other side of the north, and other people like, Wahala. So when I did a super story, No Pain, No Gain. So I played a very bad role, like a troublemaker son who always give the parents problem, and people always come to report me. So there, my mom in that movie, Shola Shubowale, when I shout out, Omo Wahala itu today. So instead of people calling me that Wahala, so they pick that Wahala from the series.
Okay.
So that is how the name begin to put food on my table.
Okay, so
but I'm not a trouble person.
Is it what your comedy is all about? Is it centered on you being a troublesome person?
No, when you're given a script to play, you must be into character. What actually happened, I was not even made to play or to act in a movie.
Okay.
I'm a born comedian because my dad is a theater art practitioner. I may so rest in peace with my mom. So there's this place in my area that they normally have rehearsal. So a particular guy was to play that role. And the guy, when you're good in something, you always want to do guy. So at that place, I was telling Uncle Antolani, I said, I feel do this thing. I was like, are you sure? I said, yes. Okay, I should do a small rehearsal with Shola Shubowale. And when I started the rehearsal, she just ran out of the place. I said, this guy wants to kill me. That she need to go and pee. You understand? And he was like, you're good. And that is how Shegun Arize, Francis Duru, and Motola Jolade was like, okay, let's start. And that is how they started now bringing me to any of their movie that have to do with a problem person.
Okay.
And our society, and now try to pull off again from the movie to face my stand-up comedy. Then later I went to school. I did diploma on mass comm. Then I did other courses on investigating broadcaster, and from there I started my own program on the radio. Then joined Amedisa for some period. That we were able to work together. Then pick up, travel out again, come back and continue my comedy. So later they had to Bimbo have to call me again, like, They have this script that she needed somebody that would trouble her. That was the confessor that was now bringing that wahala again, so which I don't really like.
Okay. All right. So you're afraid that you've been typecast now when it comes to movies?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So how do you change that? Have you tried taking up any other role apart from something that will make you
A troublesome.
you know, and when you start something, it's very difficult to start.
Okay.
But it's not easy to pull out of it.
Okay.
Because people begin to see it as a trademark on you. Okay, now let me give you a shock of one of my stand-up comic that trained and at Alibaba January 1st, 2015 and other comic show. I went to Lagos for Alibaba January 1st and I see a host of comedians that are bigger than me. And everybody was like, Alibaba, you bring machinery all the way from Abuja. We won't see waiting this guy go talk. So that spirit in that movie, on stage, on things that I do, come on me, and I was like, I started harassing them. And I don't know say I be wahala person. I go wahala on her today. And I don't go see anything to talk. So in that course, some of my colleagues were like, what do you have to tell Lagos, the home of comedy? And I said, okay, I have a lot. So that was when I mimic Patient Jonathan. And when I mimic her, and people begin to say, I said, this boy, true, you be wahala person. And everybody begin to come for that character.
Okay.
So people don't really come for me in person, but they come from the character that I play, the character of what I do.
Okay.
And I try to now to change the minds of youth that see me doing this thing is not that is me, but it's because I have to play this role to teach you, to tell you that you don't have any reason to be stubborn. You don't have any reason to be a problem person.
Okay. All right, so that's the inherent message in whatever it is you try to do. All right, okay. Well, let's take a look at something that you've done so that we can have a better idea and a better understanding of your work ethic.
Stage, my dear lovely sisters, I want to use this medium to declare Alibaba January 1st open. Thank you. And God bless you as we go for the next segment.
Your Excellency, you're welcome, man.
Thank you.
You know that you have been in the news for a lot of reasons, man. What do you mean by my fellow widows?
That is why I say, Lagos people, you always carry different kind of rumors. Use the word as my fellow widows because there is reason. Nigeria women, are you here? If your husband does not take good care of you, you are a widow. If your husband did not care for you, what are you women? Is there anything wrong for me to use the word my fellow widows? Your husband will go to work. He will not come back in time. Women, what are you?
Your
If
Excellency.
Alibaba did not take care of his wife, what is Alibaba's wife?
Your Excellency, man.
I'm with you.
This is not my question. But what do you say about people who say that the president should have married a graduate?
Nigeria's stupid question. When I was suffering with Mr. President, where are the women? When I was struggling, when we are in Bayelsa, moving from creek to no creek, where are the educated women? Now you are asking me that the president could have married an educated woman. He could have married your mother if your mother is educated.
But why is your husband running for 2015?
Would they pursue him?
Thank you. Why is there always traffic when you come to Lagos?
If Fashola wife goes to market, don't there be traffic. If a common governor wife go to market, then you are talking of me, the first lady of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The traffic continued 2015.
But what do you mean by there is God?
What I mean by there is God, there is God. That is why I will continue to say, the blood of the innocent people you people share in Boronu, we ask you. If you read the Bible said in Economy 29:13, our Lord Jesus has shared his blood for us upon the cross of Calvary. And you are sharing the blood of the innocent people. There is God. And God will judge each of every one of you. Jay.
There's this rumor, man, that you have a problem with Ali Baba. Do you have a problem with Ali Baba?
He's a stupid boy. Because nothing I will say that he will never tweet. And he forgotten that we are from the same Niger Delta. The no fish they worry, con Lagos, con they hustle. They set tables for shows for people. I have a problem with him, and our problem will continue.
Visible as the first lady of the most populous black nation on the face of the earth.
Now we talk.
Okay, ma. Do you get paid for being the first lady?
As Fashola wife, if they pay him. Somebody can't dash you something, now payments be that. Some of you want to see Mr. President because you are a 419. And when you come to me, no problem. Because the Bible says no one sees the Father without the Son.
Why haven't you gone to look for the Chibok girls like you promised?
Namibia Nigeria police. What is the work of the police? SSS and army. What are they paying them for?
Finally, ma, what is your impression about this January 1st show from Ali Baba?
It's another million of the idiots campaigning for good luck. And whether they like it or not, we are coming back.
Okay, so this was actually quite hilarious, you know, sitting here, even though I know it's been a while, but it's actually really, really hilarious. You know, I actually want to know, how did you come up with the idea of mimicking the former First Lady?
And, you know, actually, when I was in secondary school, I belonged to a press club.
Okay.
Because I was the first set of the people who started Nigeria Children Parliament today. Okay. Then in those days, we call it Ijaomode. That is the fight for children's rights in Yoruba in Lagos. Okay. So every Monday, we have a press release in school. So I mimic top TV presenter then, like late Tokunbo Ajayi. Okay. So because I watch Newsline, then we have to address our fellow students, so I always come out. So this particular hat was not prepared.
It was improvised.
Yes, because what happened that very day that I faced a lot of challenges. I actually went to Lagos for to do a northern joke. You understand? And a lot of comedians around me were like, you again? We want to see what you will say this time around. Lagosians know that you come out and tell us in the north, hey, this is how we do in the north. Sing all those Zumuntamata songs. So they feel that is that only art I have. You know. So I was just sitting down and I said, let me think out of the box. And the arts coming because she's my mentor. I watch her. And as of that period, a lot of people are criticizing things that she said. So I need to translate those things. And I cannot translate somebody's art if you don't be in the person's character. That is how that voice come out. when people say that she addressed people and said, my fellow widows, and she was trying to explain why she put herself in that condition so that those people will not see her like she's important person, you know, yeah, the things your husband, those widows, things that they are not benefiting, like their husband not coming home, you know, they don't see their husband anymore. And you, that we are laughing at the widows, your husband doesn't take care of you. You are more or less like that widow. Your husband goes to work, he doesn't come in time. You are just like that widow. Your husband, the question like, your husband is running. Politicians don't run. They contest. So that's why I said, who the pursue?
Oh, okay. Well, have you ever actually, you know, gotten into trouble for, you know, doing this? Mimicking?
Yes. The first time that this particular joke come out, it was like audio. And that was when Nigeria was getting used to social media. My sister, I don't sleep for house. So that I did that January 1st in Lagos. The audio came out January 2nd. Now they started calling. Who did this? Because even a blind man will assume that the woman was on stage. So where did she do it? Who do this? I was invited. And reaching there, what happened? Question from question, and she requested that she really want to see the person. And you say, don't hurt this guy. Bring him, I want to see him. And they were looking for somebody that is big, like, who do this? And when I appeared, she was like, my God, how come? The way we are sitting like this, and she had to introduce me to the husband, then the then president, and the husband said, stay away from my wife. And the next 2 or 3 days, I received a call again from the villa that, is that Ambassador Wahala? I said, yes. He said, okay, Her Excellency have a dinner tonight at the banquet hall, and he wants you to come and perform. So I told my wife, I said, Mutillo, if I don't go, if I don't come back, see the number will come here. So when I went to the dinner, a lot of women and everybody, so I was doing normal joke, cracking normal joke, and people were laughing. She stood up and said, no, talk like me. Talk like me. I was shocked. Dio Benjamin, Auntie Dio, was the MC and very young, and she insists, I said, talk like me. In fact, she now collected the mic and she was asking me questions. I was talking. And at the end of the day, I was like, Mommy, I want to go. She was like, why are you in a still? I wanted to entertain my people. I said, Ma, I don't have a car. And she was like, you don't have a car? I said, yes, and it will be too late to get taxi from near. And she called the chief protocol officer and said, wait, will somebody dash me one car? Where is the car? I said, it's also place. So go and give to this my son.
How does open door?
And that is an open door act. That was to get me into trouble. And the daughter's wedding, I was invited again to come and perform at the daughter's wedding at the National Conference Center. And that is how they be doing all these women program. She will invite me, that okay, come and perform, and I get paid. And that is how I started using that art to feed my pocket. And that is how she became my hero.
Quite a story.
No, that's absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. So let's talk about comedy now generally.
Yes.
Not your comedy. Let's talk about comedy generally right now. When in the intro we did said laughter was the remedy for a lot of things. Now we've talked about this, and it's come to the fore quite recently. A lot of people experiencing mental health issues coming to the fore, because as Africans we believe these are things that we don't talk about. Most of them are taboo, most especially for men. You don't go around telling people
your problem.
Exactly, I'm suffering from this, I'm suffering from that. People will think you're actually going crazy. So how does laughter actually help to ease some of these stresses that we go through?
The apart from water that you drink, that doesn't have any overdose. Laughter doesn't have overdose. If you take pills, maybe to sleep or to reduce your high blood pressure, if it's too much for the body, it brings up a different sickness. Now, this our act as a comedian, and what we do now, we have saved a life. Let me share a testimony. There is a woman who lost her husband for the past 30 years. The only thing she does was to look at the children and eat. She doesn't talk, she doesn't watch TV, she doesn't do anything. Now, when my joke came out, and the children and the grandchildren were watching it on their phone, you know, when new things is out, people want to tread on it. I was like, this is this. And she was laughing. And it's big, like a shock to the children. Mama, what happened? She said, I love what that guy is doing. Let me watch. And now they begin to see her that anytime she's at that sad mood, they have to connect it with the home theater. So they did her 50th birthday. I was invited. So at the back, I under the mic to crack joke, and I started talking the way she watched, and she stood up. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? And we begin to feel. There's a case of somebody who has an high blood pressure, 180. And it was called from the National Hospital. They need to give this person a treat, but if you give this person injection at that particular time, it's just gone. And when I'll get there, and they're like, I said, doctor, they say, yeah, come, make Oga laugh. I said, well, will pay me. He say, yes. And I look at him and say, Chama, how far? You don't write your will. You never put me inside. And the man just look at me, the doctor and the wife, the man just look at me and say, who are you? I said, maybe that picky where you born when you did secondary school. And when I say, my wife did not tell me. And I said, she can't tell you because of this condition now. They need to bring me so that you know the people you are leaving your will to. And they find out that me and the patient started communicating. And the doctor came, a BP of 180. They check at a particular time, become 175. And the doctor said, continue to engage him. I was engaging this man till 150. Wow. There's 30 as of that particular time. But one of the major problems we now have as an individual is that people don't take us serious. When you're doing something and say, don't mind him, he's a comedian. It's just joking. You understand? But now, when we try to be harsh, they pick on it. But when the politicians are doing things, they say, that's comedy, then they do. So, for people not to come out, a lot of people, a lot of men are going daily, day by day, depressed more than the women. As a woman, you can share your problem at the salon. My husband did this to me. Oh, this. Where you watch to cinema. But that is what you can see. In the rate of diabetes, 80% of diabetes patients are men. Why? We share problem with a bottle of beer. That is who we communicate with. There are some people today, you see them as big men. What keep them alive is that their security. That it's collecting peanuts. Adamu, Oga Olaide. Tunde, Baba, Tuale, Moa. John, Nai. They want to communicate with them. We're begging the federal government. We're begging stakeholders. You go to other countries. I've been in Holland. I have a comedian that is a friend that is in Holland, a white lady that invited me for a show. Do you know they don't sell table the way we do? A theater sitting. And the NGOs are the ones who come to buy those tickets and bring elderly people who has mental issue and pay for them. And these comedians perform and they laugh and pay their colleagues and go home. But we must come to your TV station, write letter to MD, write to head of station, head of this, before they will give us 10 slots, before we start shouting, come and buy our ticket, come come and do this. So somebody want to sponsor you, will not begin to give you tissue paper when you need money. But if somebody have picked up a challenge and said, okay, NGOs, I said, okay, as comedians or the federal government, we on our own contribute 3% to the GPR of Nigeria. In entertainment, if I'm doing a show, for example, I'm using a Transcorp, I use no less than 40 people who are going to work for me. The cameraman, the usher, those selling tickets, those doing interior decoration, sound, lights, everything. And I have to pay those people.
Okay, so as the vice president of, the Abuja body of comedian, how do you, what's your job description like?
Okay, my president and the person of Onome descent will be working in, and as of when we take over, the new face of stand-up comedy in Abuja is there, because I'm a very disciplined person. A lot of people know me for that, both on my program, on radio, and anywhere. I'm a very disciplined person. And when people complain about comedians are not disciplined, going to an event late, you go to a show, you don't sit down, you'll be moving from one place to other. A lot of changes have come. Because let me tell you the truth, in the whole 36 states in Nigeria, the most difficult people to make them laugh are people living in Abuja. Abuja people, they can frustrate you when it comes to comedy. They are in show, they are pressing their phones. They are in the comedy show, they are gisting with somebody. So when we came on board, first thing we do, we try to sensitize our colleagues. See, you must, between 3 to 4 minutes, bros, if you cannot make an Abuja person laugh, you are gone. So now we started doing capacity building, teaching the upcoming comedian, this is what you need to do. As of this time, when you come on stage, make sure your first 3 to 4 minutes, you give them part, drag their attention. And that is how we've been doing well. Going to 6 months now. The face of comedy business in Abuja, comedians are now disciplined.
Right. So how do you looking at the comedy industry as a whole now? There's this general belief that you have to go to a particular part of the country before you can actually blow as a comedian. You understand? It's just like you alluded to a situation whereby you said you went to Lagos and all the Lagos guys were like, what do you have to show?
Yes.
You are in Lagos. You understand?
Yes.
How do you subscribe to that?
You see, stand-up comic have to do with pidgin English.
Okay.
And there's a difference between broken and pidgin.
Okay.
Broken, you broke down the English. But pidgin, you go down to the roots. Broken, hey young lady, pidgin, baby, chiquito. You must bring a particular asset that will give that sense of humor. Now, the Delta people are naturally funny because of the way they talk. Sure, me just sit down kaka like this now, just watch TV now, so I just see people just do anyhow. Now you need that because it's funny to you. So that is why you see 75% of we the stand-up comedian, we go to that city. It's just like a home to learn. We have the life of people who do corporate comic, who they cannot speak pidgin English. They're in Abuja here. We're talking the life of Philip Renner. We're talking the life of Dr. Ayuba. You understand what I'm talking about? But out of that, only 20 people that can get along with what they're doing. But we, the Agbero, we have the Yalata, the woman that sell pepper, that sell everything. They want to know. You could see somebody like my sister, Riwari Pikin. When she come on stage, the first thing is area. What do they play? You understand? But in other English, it's just, ladies, what's up? What is happening? But because of that assonation, you must know that somebody is talking and you have to pay attention. So, and again, to go into the market, why majority of us rush to Lagos, is because it's a showbiz. It's only in Lagos that they organize a comedy show on a Monday evening. People will go. Because people don't come to show in Abuja to make business. But in Lagos, you see a woman who is selling, who has boutique, coming to a comedy show to buy a ticket of 100,000 naira. And you wonder how, out of that 100,000 naira, she's giving you assurance that she's going to make 2 million naira from that ticket. What did they do? They come to the show, and as they were laughing, joking, begin to extend complimentary card. Hi, my sister, this is what I sell ladies' clothes. Just come to my place. It will suit you. I'm telling you, just come. Okay, come and pick one for free. That is business. But Abuja, na civil servant and church goer. 9 days. You understand what I'm talking about? So we don't really have that bunk money. Like now, you go to Delta, the same thing. You see people on a Wednesday, on a Tuesday, they want to come out for a comedy show. But Abuja, if it's not Sunday evening or
weekend,
Friday, you can't see them. You see in Lagos, you see real estate owners. They're buying table of 10 million naira. Why? Because they know that as they're buying that table, they're discussing with other people sitting around them, doing networking. And that is why we call it show business. The business, we're showing you the business, and you're doing the business in our own business.
Okay, well, well, that was quite an interesting discussion this morning. Let's take a look at this particular video, this final video, and then when we come back, we'll just wrap up the show.
Election in lost integrity. Come on, stand up and give me standing ovation.
Our Excellency is here.
Thank you.
Your Excellency, man.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm fine.
How is your husband?
My husband is doing well. At least in open Nigeria for reception.
Our Excellency.
I'm with you.
Good. Please, what do you do, in a quiet time?
I am thinking.
Thinking about what?
We are strategizing. No be 2 million votes that will win us. 2019. Port Harcourt will provide 2 million children. And then we're all going to be a card carrier.
I understand that EFCC is after you. Why?
Useless people. Money where they say I work for, not their money. We are washing. We are washing them.
Have you seen the movie A Trip to Jamaica by comedian AY?
You say waiting.
Have you seen the movie A Trip to Jamaica by comedian AY?
Yes, I have watched it.
So what would you say about the movie?
If you are here and you never watch A Trip to Jamaica, you have lost 75% of your life. So if you want to regain it, go to cinema, go watch it. And I want to tell all of you, whether they like it or not, we are coming back. Nigeria not like the situation where we not there. They say when they in office, then we bring back our guests. They don't bring them back. They say 2 weeks dollar will turn to 1 naira. How much is dollar? We are watching them. We are coming back. Come on, stand up and give me ovation. We are coming back. PDP! It's our own. It's our own.
So I asked the question, before, while we're watching the video, how the questions come up. Do you write them down and they ask you, or what happens?
No, and I was one of those first set of stand-up comedians in Nigeria that partake in spontaneity. And spontaneity means the question of, like, they ask you a question and you answer in a funny way. So that particular questions are not questions. I don't even know those who write the questions. People just ask random questions and I answer them. Just like your work as a journalist, as a broadcaster, you ask question and I answer it in a funny way. That is just all about.
It's quite creative. Okay, so where do you see the comedy industry, in a few years? Let's just say, long term.
In a few years. Hey. By the special grace of God, a comedian will be a president of this country. Very soon. A comedian will be, is it Russia, Ukraine president? This is our colleague. I'm telling you, I'm telling you, you can see so many governors now are using us as their essay on entertainment, this, on that, on this, on that. It's only in Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory, that in the office of the minister, that you don't have somebody in the creative industry as a worker. Because I told you earlier, Abuja don't have a social life, leave it or not. But in the next, let me say, they don't already. I travel out where they sell form. I for buy form for one of the party, and I will contest, and I will win.
Okay.
The election. So in the next 4 years, let's give them these 4 years. After this 4 years, after 2023 election, I don't know who will become our president, but after that person, the next person is a comedian. Because the country needs to laugh.
All right, so, and even as a country needs to laugh, mental stress is also,
yes,
real.
It's
so
there.
try to make us laugh, to want to laugh.
You know, get any mental stress, my sister. Even him, only a 19, you are the pity. You are the pity. You don't get for where you.
Why? Do
You know,
think so?
you get mental. You are you stressed? No, let's be serious. Are you stressed?
Tashina,
Send me your
answer the question.
answer.
I'm stressed.
I bet send me your account number. Are you still stressed? Send me your account details.
No problem.
But make sure it's Intercontinental Bank.
Oh my goodness.
There's no you there all right. Now the cameraman and my fellow stress man. But whether you like it or not, naturally we men are mentally stressed. Because now you never see woman, they drive, shout for traffic lights.
Yeah, women they shout past men.
Now if any woman where you see where they drive, where
rage.
shout, now those one where they barb hair. Because not only us, you go to drive, boom, where they come out here. Then you go still reach us again. Madam go still bring stress again. Before you know again, they don't take lights. And madam, they kitchen go cause tell her, honey, please now, can you help me on the generator? Like say mobile police, they guide the jet, she don't go on her. So we men, we are naturally mental stress. My brother, take heart.
How we go do that?
All right, well, thank you so much, Ambassador Wahala, for this particular time and having this discussion with us was absolutely amazing. We had so much fun, having you on Daybreak Extra this morning.
Thank you, and I will come again.
Yes. You
my show they come on, I go give me advert too.
All right.
Now the opportunity I get now, so that MD, GM, head of station, those in CDRS, I be on they call that control room, because they bring my advert. Play Amelio, if not. If I tell you what happened to my mother when she met my father, you will know that comic is in our DNA.
All right, when you're ready, we'll do a workout.
No, people have done so well for us. Always bringing entertainer on Saturday on behalf of the comedians and my able President Francis Nwodo Onomeli sent. I bring a season greeting to you people, that God will continue to bless you people, and he has given me a token to give to you people. But the only thing is that I didn't know where I kept that token. So, and he said I should make sure I make you people laugh and wish you have been laughing, and a Christmas carol song, and we
Christmas Carol, Kuma. All right, well, don't worry about that. Maybe, you know, when we're done off air, you can actually sing the Christmas Carol.
Off air?
Yes.
You have an emotive agenda.
All right, thank you so much, Ambassador Wahala, for, you know, taking time out as usual. All right, thank you.